May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir. Morning, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chitwan Jain, tell us something about yourself.
Sir, my name is Chitwan Jain. I am 23 years old. I come from Ashoknagar district of Madhya Pradesh, from where I completed my schooling. Then I completed my graduation from Delhi College of Arts and Commerce, Delhi University. Then I started my preparations. My interests include crafting memes and working out.
Who's the principal of your college
Sir, at my time was Professor Rajiv Shukla, sir.
now?
Now the post is vacant, but interim principal is Professor Rajiv Shukla, sir.
Okay. You are fond of memes on contemporary issues, contemporary scenarios. Can you give us your assessment of what are the more important contemporary issues that India is facing?
So the first one is obviously the India-US trade tensions. Though we have initially announced an interim deal which will come into effect in March. This is the
So
contemporary
that's
issue,
one contemporary issue.
sir.
What else?
The second one should is the clouds of banning social media and not banning social media. States are considering it nowadays. States like Goa and Andhra Pradesh have taken up initiatives to
What
look
else?
into the curve. Third is one I can remember of the SIR, nationwide SIR in many states of India.
So what is the problem with SIR? Why is the opposition against it?
So the problems which are flagged against SIR is one is the scale of SIR is so big that the people who are actually getting affected are not aware about it.
The
So
scale is a problem
not
for
only
the people.
no, not only the scale for the people, the unawareness I like to say is I'd say the
No, but the
problem is.
election commission is very clear in what documentation or documentations are required, and this is not the first time electoral rolls are being revised, updated. So where's the problem? So is the problem with the people or with the opposition parties?
Sir, in my opinion, the problem is the lack of disconnect between the authorities and the common people. The authorities have clearly mentioned the
Are
documents.
the common people protesting against the SIR?
Sir, according to the official data, there have been no claims of wherever the SIR has been completed. There have been no official petition against the SIR completion. So I won't say the common people are protesting against it,
So
but
who's
there have been
protesting?
instances.
Who's protesting?
So the political
Political
parties,
parties are
yes, sir.
protesting. And you said social media. What is your view? It should be banned?
Sir, in my opinion, it should not be completely banned. The blanket ban is not the solution for social media, I think.
So what is your solution? Partially ban it?
Sir, the partial ban or the hybrid mode is where I think it can be good.
What is
Wherein,
this hybrid mode?
sir, wherein if I am an individual below 16 or 16, if I already have a social media account, it should not be banned. Rather, the education part is being taken care of me, the digital literacy of me and my parents. Secondly, the algorithms should be trained for children's and not for the adult algorithm should not be applied to children's to reduce the echo chamber effects.
How
And
does
other
one
part,
ensure that?
the
How does the government ensure this? That algorithms should be child specific, not adult specific.
so we can amend the IT rules wherein the social
But
media.
that would be interfering with the social media. The social media giants will not accept that. Give me some practical solutions.
Sir, the countries like US and Australia are already doing this, wherein they suggest social media giants not to completely deregulate their what existing algorithms are there, but maintain a new child-specific algorithm. Though it is may seem like transgressing the boundary, but in larger public interest in the ethics of social media, I think the remodification of algorithms is very important.
Thank you.
Chitwan, what is the meaning of your name?
The one I like the most is one that occupies the heart.
Occupies the
Heart.
heart. Okay, excellent. What is the heart and soul of India's constitution?
The preamble of the constitution is heart and soul of the constitution.
Why?
According. Sir, because it tells about the nature and objective of the constitution, and it clearly specifies where the power comes from, and who gives the parliament per se the power to regulate or legislate over India.
How would you describe, Madhya Pradesh? Is it heart of India?
Yes,
Or
sir,
it is the soul
geographically
of
it is heart of India.
Why?
Because of the geographical location. It lies at the center of India geographically. Also, historically, there have been talks of making the shifting the capital to Madhya Pradesh region, say Nagpur. In history, there were talks. Also, the north-south corridor and east-west corridor of India intersect at Shivpuri district of Madhya Pradesh. So, geographically, it is considered the heart of India.
You studied in Sagar Public School.
Sir.
Okay. What is this Sagar doctrine and then Sagar to Mahasagar doctrine?
So the Sagar doctrine is security and growth for all in the region, wherein India, as a leader of Global South, tries to ensure that the Indo-Pacific region and the maritime security is being taken care of to curb against the, say, policies of China and the hamperings of the global supply chain. Shifting to Mahasagar doctrine, it is the say step 2 or phase 2 of Sagar doctrine, wherein the coordination of the countries in the region is to be increased, and more initiatives like economic cooperation, supply chain flexibilities are to be taken care of, along with the resource part also of the Sagar doctrine.
Honorable Prime Minister visited Malaysia. Did you follow that visit?
Yes, sir, I read.
Okay. What is this India-Malaysia impact framework? Be concise.
I'm not aware about the exact framework.
But what are the key focal areas?
Sir, if I can take a guess.
So if you know, okay, otherwise we can go to the.
I don't know about the exact dimensions.
Okay,
sir.
my last question, you are a student of philosophy.
Sir.
We are going to have this AI Impact Summit. Okay. What is these 7 chakras and 3 sutras?
So the AI Impact Summit is to be held in coming week.
There
were 7 chakras, but I'm not able to recall the exact chakras, sir.
Okay,
sorry,
thank
sir.
you.
Sorry, sir.
So, Chitwan,
Sir.
nice name.
Thank you, sir.
So, you mentioned in your DAP about the sustainable urban lifestyle.
Sir.
What do you understand by how can it be achieved?
So sustainable urban lifestyle is the way of life which people of today accepts, wherein we conserve our resources and make our cities sustainable and more equitable for tomorrow. In this project particularly, it was a district level project wherein in the Ashoknagar district, we have to identify the areas where sustainable lifestyle approaches can be brought up in line with mission life of India.
So, basically, you are relating sustainability with the conservation, huh?
Sir, it can be seen as that.
Can be seen as that. So, while the budget session, the discussion on budget was on, one of the parliamentarians stated 3 points. He said that, the unemployment is rising, slow fiscal consolidation, and capex is also less. So, how do you see that government is addressing these 3 issues in the present budget?
So, first one, the unemployment part. So, there are skilling centers in India. The government is operating skilling centers. We are continuously making deals with other countries to exchange to increase the exchange of educated people there. Also, there have been more and more avenues in manufacturing sector and allied activities to increase to sort the unemployment problem. The second one is slow fiscal consolidation. It was said that in the article I read that it will take 12 years at the current rate to bring a fiscal consolidation to 3% of FRBM Act. So for that, government is encouraging states to move away from populist measures like subsidies to bring fiscal consolidation and discipline there. And
Capex.
according to capex part, the capital expenditure has been increasing as compared to last year. Also this year, the capital expenditure have been pulled up to
So do you
around
feel that
12 lakh
after
crore.
the trade deals with the US and FTA with European Union, the capex will increase?
So not the exact the direct implication, but also it will also have impact on capital expenditure, not of government, but foreign countries or foreign firms will be more familiar to the Indian markets, and they can increase the investment there.
Like data centers
Sir.
providing the global services. Okay.
Yes, sir.
My last question, US trade deal happened. Framework has been decided,
Sir.
right? So there is a lot of talk about the agriculture and impact on the farmers.
Sir.
How do you see the impact on farmers of Madhya Pradesh due to this deal?
So the biggest impact on the farmers of Madhya Pradesh would be in area of soya bean. Though the exact amounts and exact dealings have not been disclosed yet, but if soya bean is included, the import of soya bean from US will be started. It will directly impact the farmers of Madhya Pradesh because soya bean is one of the main crops of Madhya Pradesh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So, Chitwan,
Sir.
beautiful name. Chitwan, you are a commerce student. So, tell me significance of social audit. Significance of social audit, and how do you compare financial audit vis-a-vis social audit?
So social audit is a mechanism of holding social accountability towards the project. For example, in projects of earlier the MG Narega scheme, the social audit was mandatory, wherein the people of the Gram Sabha would hold the government works accountable. So it is very important to ensure the transparency and accountability in order to give people what they actually ask for and audit for that. In contrary, financial audit are more seen in companies and business institutions, wherein the accountability is to be ensured for the stakeholders or the shareholders of the institution, that they're getting their particular returns or not, is the company profitable or not, and what are the nuances and reserves.
Tell me how AI is going to impact financial audit in coming time.
So one is the very recent initiative of Anthropic AI, the Claude AI one, wherein they made their AI capable enough to read the legal services and documents in the of the company. It can also be manifested to read audits, because if I am an investor or if I am in say angel investor, if I have to read audits of a company, I can easily use AI to read about the audits and not depend upon the conventional audit firms. So it may affect in that term.
Good. You have done some creative humor in campus life.
Sir.
So let's see one example of your creative humor. We would like to listen to some creative humor that you have created.
Sir, there was a very recent, I created a meme about that social media ban on Australia, wherein the problem was that Australian government held the social media agencies accountable to verify the age of people according in sense of their facial features. They have to scan their faces, and AI has to say that whether the person is 16 or not. So people dodged that barrier by using dog images and created their social media accounts. So I created a meme there that AI trying to regulate human beings, meanwhile human beings. Then there was a template of Shri Amitabh Bachchan sir that रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप लगते हैं.
Okay, let's talk of ads. You made some ad film, participated in
Yes, sir.
ad film contest. Who was Piyush Pandey?
So Piyush Pandey was a very renowned script writer and ad filmmaker in India.
Now, my next question is spending on advertising by the government.
So,
We have seen various state governments spending huge amount of money in media advertising, both visual as well as newspapers. What is your opinion on spending by the government on advertising?
So though I'm not aware the exact amount spent by the government on the advertising, but I think advertising is very important for government as well, because if I am a person who live in the last mile, say in a rural district or a rural place where the information dissemination through TVs or mobile phones is not very rampant, the banners, the hoardings will take the information to me. For example, the government had the Ujjwala scheme posters on every, say, petrol pumps. So petrol pump, though have a very dense network, it will help people to know about these schemes. So it will help in the last mile connectivity and achieving the saturation of
One
schemes.
last question I want to ask you is on, again, protection. Why should we talk of protecting farm products and dairy products while negotiating with the USA on our FTA? Is it, what is your opinion? Is it good or it is not good for overall development?
Sir, in my opinion, in short term, it's very important to protect our dairy and agriculture sector. But in long term, we have to move from regulation towards diversifying and changing, reforming our existing sector. Because see, the main problem is the structural difference between industries of US and India. In US, they treat agriculture as industry, but in India, we treat it as our national pride. Then second is the flaws or the land holding issues in India. The farmers are very small and marginal, so they are not able to produce on the mass level as much as US, for example, can produce. So it is very important to safeguard them in that aspect, because the GM crops, we say, the GM animal feed, the GM eatable feeds of USA will decrease the cost and increase the competition which is faced by Indian farmers. Also, the long-term impacts are not being yet disclosed, and the GM crops of India itself are under the delays of regulation.
Chitwan.
Sir.
So, trade deal with US is almost done. What is left to do now?
There has not been any official signing of the deal.
Okay, so that is yet to be done. And any timeline for that?
Sir, March has been said as the
March,
prospective deadline.
So, what we know from the trade deal, which sectors stands to benefit?
One is the textile sector, sir. Second one is the gems and jewelry sector. Third is the aviation sector. Fourth one can be automobile parts sector, automobile and components. And
But certain groups, farmers group, they are making very hard-hitting observations, critical of this proposed trade deal. So, what is their concern, or it is just some politically motivated propaganda?
sir, the concerns in the oppositions lies mainly due to the the undetailed level of the disclosure the government has made, because a deal has not been disclosed finally yet. So there have been speculations that farm sector, say what the example of soya bean or the dairy sector, can be impacted due to the
Do you want to tell me that the protests are speculative in nature?
so the protest per se have not been started, I guess, yet, but the farmers have announced that they will protest in coming days.
Yeah.
But they are speculative in nature, that the government has not yet disclosed the final deal. So there has been no confirmation that will they actually get impacted or not. So they can be.
So let us have a look at trade deal with US, trade deal with European Union. So will it to some degree help us reduce our dependence on China for various imports? It seems that in many critical sectors we are totally dependent on China, like electronic goods, electronic parts. Somewhere I was reading that we import almost 75% of our need from China alone. So 75% is a large percentage. So if China wants to sometime on test us, they can.
Sir, it is
So
true.
is it going to help this trade deal with European Union, trade deal with US to diversify our imports in the critical areas like electronics?
So it is true we are heavily dependent on China, and in my opinion, these trade deals will definitely help us to diversify
Is
from
it
China.
there or there will be some indirect effects?
So there will be direct as well as indirect effects. For example, say the US deal, there was a component of chip manufacturing wherein we will diversify our chip needs from China only to US. There also have been technological development and co-development initiatives which are the part of deals from say EU, wherein there will be indirect impact because R&D cooperation and investment will increase from there.
Okay, last question. What went wrong in Indore? That I know, everybody knows. What went wrong with the SOP which should have been followed to prevent such incidents?
So the unfortunate incident of deaths due to contaminated water in Indore was attributed to negligence of the authorities, wherein the people of the area complained several times to municipal authorities as well as the station in charge that it has the pipeline is leaked and there have been contamination issues. So, sir, I see it as a failure because no matter how clean Indore is and how consistent it was in ranking, but a small dent can portray a very deep-rooted flaws in the system. So, I think the grievance redressal was the per se the exact problems because the complaints were not heard there.
Complaints were not taken notice of, ignored,
They're sort of ignored there.
sort of ignored. That's the problem with our system. Anyway, thank you, Chitwan.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chitwan, your interview with us is over.
Thank you.
Kindly wait for some time. We'll call you for feedback.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.